All right, everybody, let's get into it. Let's talk about how Toni Braxton is having money problems yet again, and how those, in my eyes, those no good penny pincher sisters of hers aren't helping her. The only sister that Toni says is helping her is Tamar. Then let's talk about how Trina and Tawanda have been using Toni for years for money, and how they ruined the upcoming season of the Braxtons, and not one single episode has been aired yet. Now, listen, the entire country is about to go through a financial hardship. And I would say with one of the first states being Las Vegas, Nevada. That's where I live.
Yeah, Nevada has the highest unemployment rate in the country based on my research at 5.6%. Obviously, Vegas is a big part of Nevada. And you would think that, if you worked at one of these hotels, you could, pay your car payment, get an apartment. But you really can't. Like, they don't pay enough, man. $1,000 a week's not enough. $1,500 a week is almost not enough. You really got to make about $100,000 a year, which is $2,000 a week.
Yes, it's true, people. You have to make at least $100,000 in Vegas to be considered the lower middle class. So when we report that Toni Braxton is running out of money, it's really not her fault. The entire country is getting ready to catch it. Toni lives in Calabasas, where the cost of living is just unbelievable. So I don't want anyone to look at her as a bad person because she's having financial problems. Hell, no one makes money these days in the music business. They have to hit the road if they want to make any kind of money. You got to tour constantly. Let's not forget, Toni Braxton has lupus and she cannot tour sometimes. But what the problem with that is, when she can't bring in money, Trina and Tawanda are not helping her take care of their mother. Okay, they have the same mother as Toni. They are not helping, according to the rumors. And let's not forget, Trina and Tawanda have been struggling with money for years. As a matter of fact, the rumor is last season, they begged Mama E to get Toni and Tamar to do the show again so they could have some money. And let's not forget, Tamar did not want to do that show because the last time she did reality TV with the family, she had a nervous breakdown and she tried to unalive herself. Do you guys remember that? So she came back as a friend of the show just to help her sisters. But those no good sisters, and I'm just going to be real, they are no good, Tawanda and Trina. They didn't appreciate any of that. Take a look at this clip I made just a couple months ago. Family Feud, Tawanda and Trina Braxton's frustration, not earning as much as Toni and Tamar. Tawanda and Trina are upset with Toni Braxton because they feel like they should be making more money. Now, what? I'm not going to be rude. I'm just going to be, what makes them possibly think that? Now, they're going around saying that they bring a lot to the show and, they're getting pretty much paid the same as what they did on the other show. And I don't get it. I really don't get it. Not to be mean or anything like that, but Toni Braxton is a legend. Tamar goes on tour, go on other reality TV shows. What are you guys bringing to the table that you deserve the same compensation? Now, I'm not trying to be rude or disrespectful. They do bring something to the show, but not enough for them to get six figures. I mean, like, for real, people. Nobody came to see you, Otis. Nobody wants to see a reality show of just Trina and Tawanda. I mean, let's get real, people. And what they did pay you, in my opinion, you didn't even deserve that. Because all you did last season was bully Tracy's husband. Okay, you guys ought to be ashamed of yourself. Bully Tracy's husband and outed little Kevin. And inserted yourself in the middle of the two Kevins' relationship. I mean, I really do find myself calling Tawanda the bald-headed monster. That's so disrespectful. I should not be saying these things about her, but really, I'm telling you the thoughts that go into my head. I call her the bald-headed monster. And she's at it again this season because we all know that their brother Mikey's oldest daughter Lauren came out and said that she suffered AB at the hands of her father. Ashley also came on maybe 3 months ago saying that she had an irregular relationship. I can't remember the word that she used with Trina's then boyfriend, possibly husband, Gabe. Okay, because according to Ashley, she was a minor. And minors can't consent to anything. Okay, you are a minor, but according to Trina, it was intentional. And so she really treated Ashley like the mistress. Now, if you haven't seen that, here is a clip.
Okay, so I want to tell a story today, and that story is about how one of my aunts in my family do not talk to me because they think that I, at the age of 16, did something with her partner at the time. And I have been a nervous wreck to talk about something like this and to tell this story. A, because of my family. B, because I don't want people, it's not to hurt people to tell my story.
So Ashley makes the very brave move of coming out and talking about what happened to her at the hands of Trina's ex-husband Gabe, who is no longer with us. So whether he's here or not here, it's still very hard, let me put it that way, hard to talk about, and she made the brave move to talk about it. Well, as a result, Trina and Tawanda teamed up against her, and according to the rumors, called her a liar, refused to film with her this upcoming season. They didn't want any parts of her. The only person that actually showed any kind of compassion was Tamar. Tamar intentionally invited Ashley to come on the show. And not only that, told her, I support you. Now, I didn't get any word as to how Toni handled the Ashley situation, but I can't imagine Toni Braxton turning her back on her niece that was telling her truth. Who does that besides those two? Tawanda and Trina, they're absolutely horrible, but they made filming this season absolutely unbearable for Ashley. She would come and she would talk about it, and it's just unbelievable. Trina has not spoken to her since it happened. They wanted her to film a redemption scene where they talked about what happened with Gabe, and then they came to some kind of understanding and remembered that they were family. No, they couldn't do it. Could not get the scene. Trina refused to do it. And let's not talk about Tawanda going around talking about her like a dog behind her back. So for me, that was enough drama to last me a lifetime. At least 2 or 3 good seasons. Like, I don't want to see them go through any more nonsense. Well, of course that's never going to happen. So let's talk about what's coming on this upcoming season. The rumor is that Toni Braxton is back in financial trouble. And before you start jumping down her throat saying Toni's always broke, listen, Toni's human, but she is taking the world, she has taken her family problems on as her own. She has financially taken care of Trina and Tawanda for years. Trina, Tawanda, and the mother. And for years. Can you imagine that? For years, they have been draining her dry. Now, on the show, Toni said the only sibling that would help her financially with their mother would be Tamar.
Or she's become selfish as hell.
Trina, that's kind of true. You are the one that takes more than you give from your sisters.
Okay, well, let's talk about it.
Okay, I'll give you an example. Mommy and daddy's divorced, and a divorced mom pretty much got nothing. I'm not going to leave my mom by herself. So I'm going to make sure my mother's taken care of. None of my siblings have helped me take care of my mother to make sure she was okay, except for Tamar. No one said,
This is before Vincent.
Before Vincent. Mommy's car insurance is due. Let's help Toni with mommy car insurance.
Or Tamar needs a car.
Normally, I would never have a conversation with Trina or any of my sisters about helping out financially with my mom. But because I'm so stressed in that category, I needed to let her know what I felt.
I mean, really, I don't know what I would do if my sister told me that financially you're not holding your own. I just wouldn't be able to look her in the face. And I damn sure would not be asking her for any more money. begging her to do a show that she doesn't want to do, begging Tamar to do a show that she doesn't want to do. And then when they do it to help you guys out financially, you have the nerve to demand the same pay, the same pay as Toni and Tamar. Are you kidding me? And when they turn you down, as the rumor is told, for not getting the same amount of money as Grammy Award-winning Toni Braxton and Tamar Braxton, then you make the season a living hell. The way that you guys treated Ashley is just inhumane. Let alone treat a family member like this. I mean, really, Trina, how can you be mad at Ashley at 16? The law states you can't consent to anything at 16. So when are you going to stop treating Ashley like the damn mistress? She really needs to be treated like the victim that she truly is. And then the even bigger issue is, how come you guys are not helping Toni when she is financially strapped? Okay, you can't pay a phone bill, you can't pay the insurance, you can't pay the light and gas, nothing. You cannot contribute at all? What about $5 for her favorite cookies? I mean, you can't do anything? This season's gonna be a mess, you guys. The Braxtons are, I hate to say it because I like Tamar and Toni so much, but they're more dysfunctional as ever before. They are just truly dysfunctional. But if you whittle it all down and really start, dividing up the problems and ripping off the layers, you will see that the problems with the Braxtons is only two things, and that's Towanda and Trina's greed. That's my opinion, you guys. Don't get mad at me for having an opinion. That's what I think the problem is. Now, I will admit that I am harsh on Towanda and Trina. That's just because I can't take it anymore. So when I just get too disrespectful, you guys let me know and I'll wheel it back in. But, I've been following this family for years, and, we covered exclusively Tracy's celebration, when she passed away, and, we got a lot of exclusive information, and, I just wish that Towanda and Trina would change and become more loving. She gets married this season. And by the way, who doesn't she invite to the wedding? According to the rumors, Tamar. Is being mean to Tamar again, because Tamar said eons ago, years ago, when Tracy was still alive, something's not right with you, dude. That's all she said. And so she's held on to this grudge, whether before Tracy was here, whether Tracy's gone, and now she doesn't invite her to the wedding. That's the rumors. I believe the rumors. It's just a lot. We will break it down, I guess, this season if I feel like doing it, because this family just makes me so upset. But it's not the entire family. It's two people, Towanda and Trina. Well, at least that's how I feel about it. So let's have an adult conversation down in the comments section. If you feel that I am too disrespectful to Towanda and Trina, I don't mean to be. Let me just go ahead right now and apologize in advance. But those two get under my skin. So let me know how you think in a respectful way, and I'll let you guys know how I feel in a respectful way. And, Toni, don't feel bad. Everybody's going through hard times. Don't let anybody fool you, okay? They might not be strapped for cash, but they're not making the cash that they used to. And that's everybody. All right, let me know your thoughts. Until next time, bye for now.